Three different stances, our get off drills versus man and versus the ball key. Now we're going to work quarterback leverage. Okay, what I mean by quarterback leverage drills, whatever happens, I'm going to tackle. And that's it. I came from the left. Here's the quarterback. Since I'm on the left, any pass rush move I do, as I come after that quarterback, my head must stay to the left of him. Okay? So if he boots away from me, I keep coming, but my head needs to stay to the left. If he rolls out, I need to be able to redirect and keep my head to the left. Okay? If I came from the right, same rules apply. Okay? But I know I got to keep my head to the right. If you're ever a nose guard kid, okay, you're inside out always to the quarterback. Okay? So they learn that, and this is how we start teaching them. It also teaches them how to lean, but it's going to teach them to keep our quarterback leverage. Okay? I come from the right side. Okay, I know if I come from the right, my head stays to the right. If I come from the left, my head stays to the left. Even if I make an inside pass rush move, if I don't have contained pass rush, my head still stays to that side of him. So we can squeeze the football. Okay? Figure eight. It's drill number one. You see our cone set up now. Okay, we got two hoops now. We got two hoops, and we're gonna have them take off. And they're going to be running a figure eight as tight as they can around those hoops, teaching them how to reduce their hip and shoulder coming off. So that applies as if I was running after a quarterback and he got outside of me, how to get back out. Okay, how to get back out. This is phase number one. We'd have them run, reduce their hip and shoulder. We can go around one hoop or we can go around the figure eight. What's fun about this one, you get a couple guys going at the same time. The guy who's behind him is trying to catch him the whole time. Trying to run. Okay. So we'll get a little competitive with that. We can put them in the brooms. Yep, think of brooms, running the figure eight. Teach them to reduce their hip and shoulder as they're running through.
He's coming. Boom. And he's here. We're still working leaning. We're still working reducing our hip and shoulder. Okay, but now
no, today it's half O, half D, so we're going to stick with the run and work double team and stuff like that so we can start getting that stuff. Throwing the tee and coming off, using the throw by, maybe hopefully getting some trap. So now we have a ball key, 1, 2 steps, working my pass rush. So it's like what? I took off my 2 steps, started to reduce and lean, quarterback went back out. So we're trying to end a pass rush, but we're teaching them how to lean at the same time. Okay, so that'd be hoops. So there's an example where we have a ball key. I know if you guys don't have the stick, just have someone move it. Okay, and the next guy's up. Okay, here's an example what we'll get to later. We'll put guys in the middle with boxing gloves. Anytime his hand comes out, boom, we'll throw a pass rush move. So we'll run the figure eights, but anytime a guy in the middle sticks his arm out, bam, throw a rip on him. Okay, Mickey Mouse, Indianapolis Colts. Okay, first time I saw this was Dwight Freeney. This one's pretty cool. All right, now we got 3 hoops going. It looks like Mickey Mouse. You got the ears, and then right in the middle is the face. Okay, and they call it the Mickey Mouse. Now you got 2 guys going. Now the front guy can go wherever he wants. He can keep going around the same one. He can run figure eights. He can go around the third one. So now the guy running after him has no idea where he's going. So he learns to use his eyes. Because he isn't in figure eight, you know where he's going every time. Now in the Mickey Mouse, you have no idea, right? So you're learning to use your eyes as you're reducing and running, just like you would on a quarterback, because you don't know where he's eventually going to go. Okay. This one gets fun too, but at the same time, they're running their ass off. They're having fun. They're reducing their hip and shoulder, but they're running their ass off. They're getting tired, and you can make them go as long as you want.
I was gonna say, how many revolutions should the hunted do? You know,
right?
Till he gets caught or something.
Yeah, you can do it till he gets caught. So here's an example. We'll start one guy halfway up on one side, and the other guy's about half the hoop the other way. Okay, and that's usually what we'll start him from.
Okay.
And he can go wherever he wants. So we're just gonna give you an example, going easy here. So here's an example. We're doing it on a walk, but I'm reducing. I'm trying to catch him. The guy in the front can take any way he wants to go.
You prefer him reducing too?
Yeah, we want them both working.
Okay.
Okay, if they're having trouble reducing, we'll play the same drill, but now they're both in brooms, right? Running around. to go.
And now,
So we can go no brooms or brooms. Cone drills, okay? You know our two-step get off, right? To the cone, 2 steps, huge. Then reduce and come downhill.
okay, my direction.
Now, once I reduce and come downhill to that quarterback, that cone back outside now to my right represents the quarterback went back out. So we'll have a ball key, ball moves, 2 huge first steps, reduce and lean. Once I get to that last cone, snap, turn, get back outside to the other cone. So that represents I came from the right, I put a pass rush move on, but now the quarterback reduced back out to the right. I got to get back out.
Leave it open.
So now we're thinking hoops or we're thinking brooms as we get back out. Okay? So here's an example of the man key. He moves, boom, reduce, snap back, turn, get back outside to the next cone. Okay? So it's what? Throw a pass, I beat him with speed, reduce, lean, quarterback got back outside of me. I got to reduce back out. If they're not doing it, they're not flattening out, they're not getting back outside, we'll put them in brooms. Reduce to come downhill. Now you got to flip it back the other way to get back outside. Right? I came from the right, so my head stays to the right. That's not what we don't want, right? We don't want them having round it too much. Okay? Now as I come off the edge, quarterback flushed away from me. Just keep on coming. Reduce, lean, and now just keep coming, right, for his top shoulder.
Working for your head, just to the right. I know I came from the right.
So we'll work both ways. He flushes away from me, or he
Okay,
goes
so
back
you got
out to me.
one if he beats you and one if you're gonna get him.
I got one.
Or
If
not
I
beat
do
you,
a
but
pass
get
rush
outside.
move and he flushed away, I just keep coming for that top shoulder. And I have one where I throw a pass rush move, I'm leaning, and he rolls back out in my direction. Boom, I got a snap turn and get back out. Just teaching him to redirect and now to start thinking hoops as I go. Ball key, and now just keep coming. So I'm using cones, but you could have a guy just standing there and move. You can tell him either roll that way or roll that way. That's what I would like to use, or stand up dummy, something. So it would be once they got it, it's a 2-way go. Okay, it's up to coach. You tell the quarterback which way to roll out.
Okay?
These are just quarterback leverage drills. Or you could have the quarterback just stay there and shuffle up. So now they got to learn to use their eyes, and we can tie tackling into it. Where I'm just showing we're hitting up on air. Hands up tunnel drills. Okay, this one's pretty sweet. I just explain it because I don't have enough guys to hold the bags. What we want to do is we form a tunnel with those bags straight at the quarterback, okay? And we're gonna have guys hold those bags. And as you come running through, boom, they're gonna hit you, okay? As I come running through, this is how we learn to teach them if they're in the passing lane of the quarterback. If the quarterback is not looking at you in your direction, keep on coming, right? Keep on coming, don't slow down for crap. But if he ever looks down your tunnel, right? So if that quarterback ever turns down that tunnel, you are now in the passing lane of the quarterback. Get your hands up. So now as they're running through, they learn, they're ever in the passing lane of the quarterback, boom, get your hands up, but never jump. Okay? The only time you would ever jump for the ball is if the ball leaves my hand. Now they can go up. So coach, you can sit there, turn down the tunnel, pump fake, they better not jump, right? Because we don't want them pumped. He jumps and the guy takes off. Okay? But if I don't look down the tunnel, you better just keep on coming. And why we have them get hit with bags is to make sure they're not stuttering their feet, they're not slowing down, right? They got to have that attitude to want to get to the quarterback.
Is that with the cone drill? Is that the cone drill too, or is it?
You'll see eventually we'll tie it in with the cone drill. Where they'll take their 2 steps straight ahead, then they'll reduce and lean, and then the tunnel starts. So you can do it that way. From phase number 1, usually I just start them in their stance and teach them the tunnel. So if we have a 50 defense like this, then we form a tunnel with him with bags here, and then again here with him, and we'll have a quarterback. The quarterback's going to look in one of the tunnels, okay? So 2 of you better keep on coming. 1 of you can get your hands up, okay? So as many bags as you can get, guys are hitting them. Now we tell them not to KO the guy, just give him a nice little healthy pop. Guys hold the shields just like that, boom, give him a nice little healthy tap as he comes through. We don't want guys hesitating. Okay, we come through the tunnel, face it towards the quarterback, coming downhill. Throw a pass rush move on air, keep coming towards the quarterback. If he's not looking at you, keep coming, right? Blow him up. If he ever looks down your tunnel, bam, hands up. To teach him why, we would never want your hands up if he's not looking down your tunnel. There's no point to put your hands up if he's not looking at you, okay? Or he might not be looking at you, but he would be looking in your direction. His shoulders are pointed towards you. So teaching him, if his passing lane the quarterback, there would be a quarterback standing at that cone. If he looks down your tunnel, boom, hands up. Okay, and we teach him, try to get thumb to thumb, spread your fingers as wide as possible. We don't want to do this and the ball gets thrown right between our arms. So that'd be an example. If he was looking, he turned at me. The ball ever leaves his hand as I'm coming, and I get my hands up, and the ball leaves his hands, boom, now we'll jump, okay? So I'll mix it up. I'll pump fake so they don't jump, or I'll actually throw it, and hopefully they get a piece of it. And then hopefully we'll start getting more batted balls. So we can go, we have a coach there with the ball, boom, moves the ball, hits it through the tunnel. We have another guy standing there being the quarterback. Usually I like to be the quarterback so I know what they're gonna do, and then have a scout move the football. So at first we can teach them one at a time, then we'll try to get as many guys going in our front at the same time. We'll make tunnels for all of them. Just teaching them what the passing lane of the quarterback, teaching them what it feels like when you are in the passing lane, when to get your hands up. There's an example, coach, what you're talking about. There's our two cone get off. So 1, 2, beat him with speed, then the tunnel starts. So each has 2 guys now. And then from there, guys will hit you, or the quarterback will turn towards you, or he won't. So now you can tie it into that, which is more of a realistic. And it's a fun one, the kids like it. But you can tie it into ball key, man key, so you can have an offensive lineman there at the first cone, move his foot, boom, I'm gone. Okay, I'm not gonna get in a bull rush, because we only have a certain amount of time, and I know we want to get over to the fire zone stuff. But on this whole DVD you'll have, which you guys will have, remember, just keep it for your team. You make copies for guys on your staff, just don't give it to anybody else. Okay. We'll actually teach them how to bull rush, because you'll have some kids that are naturally good at it, big, strong kids. Pretty much we want to sink our knees. If I come off and sting, and I'm playing run, but now it's pass, we teach them to sink their knees, bring their hips all the way through, shoot and run them. We try to aim the top of our helmet right under his chin, bam, and try to snap him back. And it usually takes a certain kind of kid to do that. If we're ever shaded, like a 3 shade or a 5 shade, we'll never bull rush because we're already shaded. Okay, but if I'm a head up player, okay, teaching them to rip, okay? It's a simple one, but we teach them how to do it proper, okay? First we're gonna come up. Oh, you guys have already seen that. So we'll start with the basic ones, okay? We'll start with the basic ones, we'll teach them how to rip. Now first, we'll have them go around the hoop, okay? So when they say move, they take 2 steps, bam, and they throw a rip, trying to get their elbow past their eye, and they're gonna hold it the whole time as they run around that hoop. So not only are they leaning, okay, they're working the proper rip. Too many guys in my rip, they only go to about here. You need to be able to work it past your eye, okay? So we're gonna take off, rip, off of their second step, and they're gonna lean and hold it. I'm doing it on the walk, your kids will go full speed. Once they got it from the hoops, we'll do it one time easy, come to this side. 1, 2, bam, rip, and keep leaning. Okay, next. We'll either partner it up or we'll put a man in the middle. There's an example of what it should look like. Now we got a man in the middle, yes, with a boxing glove or a shield. As I take off after my 2 steps, scout, boom, throw your arm out. Once he throws his arm outside that hoop, bam, I'm gonna rip it, keep my elbow past my eye. Teach him how to time it on the go call.
I say move, I'm gonna take off. 1, 2, I'm gonna start to lean. The second that boxing glove comes up, boom.
Bam, we're gonna rip it and hold it. So we're learning to time it on the run.
Move.
Rip, lean, and we're gonna hold it. If you want more repetitions, we'll have him stick his arm out, rip, hold it, then he'll pull it back. He'll keep sticking it out, back and forth.
Or maybe 2 partners or two people.
Yeah, you got 2 guys in there. There's an example where he's turning, he's just following me, bam, bam, I just keep ripping it over and over. Next, we're gonna have him come up and we're gonna give him an arm bar. Okay, legalized holding. So we're gonna come up, offensive lineman's gonna pick his arm up, I'm gonna rip underneath him, and then he's gonna squeeze his arm back down. So he's got you. Okay, he's got you. There's a lot of times that happens. They're good offensive linemen, they see you ripping, they'll lift that arm up on purpose. So you rip it, bam, and it'll squeeze back down. Okay, an arm bar. So we're gonna get him in the arm bar. When we say go, we want you to lean and keep forcing your elbow, boom, past your eye as you're leaning on him. Okay, make it hard on him. So we're telling scout, really hold him down, really anchor him down. Because this gets back to that time in high school football. Sometimes guys go to rip, they'll get caught in the arm bar, and he's like, oh shit, he has me. He tries to counter too early. No, if you kept ripping and leaning, you'll get to the quarterback. Okay, so we're in the arm bar, we're leaning, elbow past my eye as I lean on it. No, we can go full speed. Leaning, keep ripping that elbow past your eye. Now, once we go from that, we teach them from playing the run, right? Shoot and lock out, how we play against run. So what if coach doesn't give us a go call, right? I'm playing run, then oh shit, it's pass. So I start from a locked out position. See me trying to get to the heels of the offensive line? Right, I'm trying to get to the heels of the offensive line. Did I read hi-hat now? We teach them to rip, boom, lean, come downhill at the quarterback. So we'll teach them on the hoops, we'll partner them up, but now we get right back into playing run, okay? Because remember, that's the hardest part about pass rushing, is when coach doesn't give you a go call. When you get a go call, shit, that's easy. Pound, boom, rip and lean.
Phase number 2, we're coming from a stance.
Now we'll come from a stance. So we'll start from a locked out position, playing run. Now we're gonna put them in our base stance. We're getting no go call. So I know I gotta lead with my chin. Boom, I'm playing run all the way. Oh shit, it's pass. Now I gotta transition into a rip.
Because if we do that,
Remember, that's the hardest part, is playing run, or you get no go call. So here we go, playing from base.
we're going to move, just step forward. Okay. Step, move.
Playing run, oh shit, it's pass, rip, lean, come downhill to quarterback. Then from there, go call. Okay, so once they've got it out of the run, now we'll make it fun. All right, go call. On his movement, boom, he moves, beat him with speed, yes? 1, 2, think brooms. So that's usually the order we'll teach it. We'll go on hoops, we'll partner it up, we'll play against the run, and then we'll go on go call. And that's all on your notes that I gave you. Here's a big one. We'll have a scout who moves his feet. I go 2 steps, go, and now we put a bad guy at the second cone. So now I gotta lean and work my lean on him, okay? So that way, kids don't get used to always winning in practice. We make it tougher on them. So we'll act like that guy right there can represent the offensive lineman who's still on me, or it could be like a back that came to pick me up. 1, 2, rip, keep leaning, keep leaning, keep leaning. So you can put an offensive lineman at the first cone, you can put a bad guy at the second cone. So now he's getting twice as much, right? He's really got to work that lean. And then from there, quarterback can move, right? So now I got to work my quarterback leverage. So I'm working go call, rip, lean on the second guy, come down at the quarterback moves. The hook, I'm gonna skip, you'll see it off the tape. It's pretty much an arm over, but we throw it quick. We call it the hook because we try to throw a hook right by his ear. It's gotta be quick, boom, okay? Some people say, break the bottle on his shoulder. So if he had a bottle on his shoulder, as you punch it, boom, that's how fat, that's where it should be coming. Too many guys wind it up and they throw it too high. But usually this isn't one we'll teach to everybody. This is one we'll teach to a kid who's tall. So I mean, usually 6'4" or taller. So if we want to teach it to him, we'll hold him after practice, or we'll do it early before practice. If you teach it to everyone, you don't want your little 5'2" guy trying to come over. But see, I can do it on this guy because he's so freaking short. We'll get past the hook. We'll get to the Aztec. But what you guys will like about the progression on all these pass rush, here's the ice pick. If I'm leaning and I get ridden by the quarterback, we'll sink our hips, boom, and ice pick back inside. Okay, so we'll work him, we're going to tell him, scout, ride him by the quarterback. Okay, he's going to keep leaning on you, but I want you to win. If that scout can't do it, we'll put 2 scouts there with shields and make sure there's no way in hell he's going to make it. You feel the quarterback step up, or you're getting rid by the quarterback, bam, we'll ice pick. We'll sink our hips, we'll throw an elbow back around. So now once they learn how to ice pick, we'll use that in all our pass rush drills. So we'll tell them, if you can't make it, if you're leaning, and you get rid by the quarterback, or you feel that quarterback step up, sink your hips and ice pick back inside. Even if you have contained pass rush, you can still do that and keep your contained. Okay? Again, I'm going to go pretty fast, knowing you guys will have this on tape. You can go ahead and study it at home. We'll do the half moon drill, where it's a half circle drill, where we'll have him lean the whole time. When coach yells pick, that means ice pick. Pick, boom. That means now we're just working the ice pick on the moon drill. So set, move, I keep leaning. Coach yells pick, I throw my ice pick. Okay? And now they're starting to work in repetition. You get as many half hoops as we can get going. The hardest part actually about doing that is the timing of it. Some guys do it too early, some guys do it too late. It's trying to find that. Usually when I feel like you don't want to wait till you're even with the quarterback, because then if he can run, he steps up, he's gone. So when you're about a yard away and you're still leaning and you feel you're not going to make it, then you want to ice pick. So now we're playing out a run, yes? Rip, lean, bam, ice pick. So now we'll teach them from the run, and then we'll go to a go call. Just working the ice pick there. And what's good is right before a new pass rush move, it'll be labeled for you. Aztec. This guy actually plays for the Raiders. That's why I call it the Aztec. Or he used to play for the Raiders, I don't know if he still does. Is it Bia Malja Bula or GM 94? Yeah, playing for the Packers and
KGB?
Yeah, he went to state, right? And when I was coaching back in the day at Nara Mesa, he came out and he was playing at San Diego State. He came out to one of our practices and he was watching me with my pass rush stuff. And he was loving it. He was like, all right, you start working some of the moves I was teaching. But then he showed me this one. And I can't say his name, so I just call it Aztec for what school he was at the time. Okay, Aztec now, if I want to make a move to my left, okay, if I want to make a move to my left, I take my inside hand, I attack his wrists, down away, okay? On all the rest of our pass rush moves, we try to attack their wrists, we try to attack their elbows, because no one's strong in there. So if you get a big old hoss, no one's strong in the wrist or in the elbow. So we'll attack his wrist down away, boom, as my outside hand goes for his elbow, boom, boom. And then I will always finish with the rip, okay? And we partner them up and we go slow at first, teaching it to them.
Because the right arm rip, so
it'd be right arm.
Wax off.
Yep, it's pretty much. It's a bam, bam,
Plug.
And then ripping through. And then you'll see it right here, we'll show it. We want to attack wrists, we want to attack elbows. He can be big and strong. We don't want to ever try to club that kid. The world. No one's strong in the wrist or in the elbow, okay? And that's where I want to attack. So first, I'm going to attack now and away for his wrist. down and away with his wrists. Then with my outside hand, I'm going to his elbow, boom, which causes separation, and from there I will step through with the rip.
See what it's doing to my hips. It's opening
And
up.
we'll make them go slow when they partner it up, when they first work it, okay? Once they got it, now it's full speed on go.
You can use this one at a plane run.
That's why we'll always partner them up first. You can use this out of playing the run, or you can use it on a go call.
Set. Move, inside hand to the wrist, down the way, elbow, step through the rep. Once I got it, speed it up a little bit. Okay.
Then it becomes one fluid motion.
Move,
Right? Boom, boom. Then it happens quick.
attacking the wrists, attacking the elbows. This will all start making more sense because a lot of our pass rush moves, that's what we're attacking. Okay.
There'll be a lot of carryover.
Speed, set, move,
Quick. Wrist, bam, elbow.
It almost becomes almost like a wax on.
You know, see a lot of guys, they'll call it different things, but I've seen college guys, NFL guys working the same pass rush drill. And I found that high school guys get really good at it too.
I don't know. I don't know if you met Coach Hire. Anyway, it was at Atlanta. He would have something similar to this Aztec where I think we were locking out first and getting beat, or you're not getting beat if you're not making any progress. So you know you got his hands somewhere there. You kind of grip it here, and then they break his elbow. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and then he's right
Here
here.
you come through. Yeah, there's a lot of cool hand.
That's not gonna work.
Here's fine stuff.
Let's club this guy.
So it's kind of like that. Let's say he's on you, you know?
Uh-huh.
It's like, all right, where's the play? Kind of watch it and watch it. And
Pushes
so you're
through.
going one way and you're going the other.
Right.
Then he's doing the same thing.
Okay, cool. I like it. Now, once they got it, they partnered up, we'll take them to the hoops. So now they're gonna throw their Aztec on the hoop. Every time he sticks his hand out, I'm gonna throw it inside, outside. Then we know what, plan run,
Yeah.
and then go call. That's always the same order we'll throw them in. Go call, Aztec, come out the edge. Aztec and lean.
Now we can do that.
We'll go one more pass rush move. No, and there's about 12 on here. Bone on bone, San Diego Chargers, #1 pass rush move. Now, it's kind of almost the same idea. I'm gonna go with my left, it's still my inside arm. But I wanna put my bone, boom, on your bone. I wanna take my forearm, bam, and jack it right on top of your forearm. Now, there's a lot less nerves in here than on the top of your forearm. So this one hurts the scouts. It doesn't hurt the D lineman, it hurts the freaking offensive lineman. So when we do this, we like to put them in arm pads if we're gonna go full go, okay? This one's a great go call move because you're coming off the edge. Bam! We want to put our bone on your bone. From there, it's the same as the Aztec. So I'm going here, boom, elbow, rip. So it's the same. The kids start getting it because there's a lot of carryover. It's just that first initial move. Bone on bone. I'm going to put my bone, boom. Sometimes on a go call, they'll throw it so hard, bam, it reduces their hip and shoulder. They don't even have to come after the elbow because they do so good at throwing the bone. So again, we partner them all up. To teach it to them, we go nice and slow. Once they got it, we'll go half speed on your partner. Then if we want to go full speed, we'll put them in padding, okay? Bone on bone, elbow. So just go nice and slow, teach them it.
Easy to our right. So now I'm going to my right, my inside hand comes
So it's my left, it's coming first. My inside hand, bone on bone, elbow, rip. You can use this one at a run or pass.
go faster.
Plain run or go call.
So I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
It's better off of a go call because you can really throw it. If you're locked up with them, you're not. It's got to be quick. So I mean, it's boom, boom, boom. But off a go call, you can wind that thing up, bam, and throw it on. Once we partner up and we got it, to the hoops. All right. Now every time he sticks that arm out or that arm pad out, bam, I'm gonna throw it. And then I'll do that. I'll tack the elbow on air. Come through, bone on bone, rip. Boom, bone on bone, rip. And it's better if they have an arm pack so you can really friggin'. So they learn to time it. So they're coming off the edge. Remember, beat them with speed. But now anything comes exposed, bone on bone, boom, elbow, rip. Then we go from playing the run, yes? So we always go from hoops, playing the run. Now you can see here it's going to have to be quick. Playing for run, it's quick. Bone on bone, elbow, cause separation, and a rip. We like to flip our hips. We'll get to hip flip drills. It's at the end of this tape. So we're playing run, boom, bone on bone, and go. And again, you know what? You can start moving the quarterback leverage drills. Now I throw the bone on bone, but you add a second guy now to hold a shield. So now I gotta work my lean, right? Bone on bone, boom. Keep leaning. If I have to ice pick, I ice pick. So now we just start tying everything in together. So I'm bone on Eric, so I only have one scalp, but it'd be nice to have another guy there. Scissors we'll get to. You can get to off of the tape. University of Maryland, #1 pass rush move. Pretty much it's, you scissor the hands. It works, it'll come off. Bam. I'm going to try to get to, we have some other college cuts on here too. Now we got 2 going, then 3 going. Now we're working hip flip drills on here. So remember, there's 12 pass rush moves on there. Okay, we have tomahawk, which is pure speed move, scissors, lever shuffle. This is cut up of San Diego State. This past spring ball, actually, this year. They have a new D-line coach, guys. Guy's awesome. All right, we're going to teach them how to flip their hips. This is better for your interior guys, okay? They're not using speed moves. They got more guys in their face. They shoot the lock out, how they can flip their hips to come downhill at the quarterback. And you guys have those stand-up dummies, which is sweet, so you guys can work those. Some schools don't have them. So now we'll put them in brooms, and we're going to have them flip their hips completely sideways. Get their feet down quick. So you can be locked up, you want to teach them how to flip their hips completely sideways.
I don't see you like reduction.
I'm reducing?
Are you reducing in this move?
Well, we'll flip our hips, and then from there we will.
Okay.
There is a pass rush move we will reduce as we flip our hips. That's called the lever shuffle. That's on here too. But we're just teaching them how to, boom, get their hips flipped quick.
Do you recommend a club with that, or?
We'll swab with the outside hand, again for the wrists. But you can flip in Aztec, boom. You can bone on bone, boom. So all those pass rush moves, you can tie into flipping your hips. So that's good for the interior guys to come downhill at the quarterback. Then once they got it, going both ways, well, on the last bag now, we'll work them coming downhill at the quarterback where they will reduce. Okay, once they got the brooms away, we'll have them flip their hips with no brooms. Okay, going both sides.
It's more of a run or a?
It's, yeah, if you're locked up and oh shit, it's passed, boom, get your hips flipped.
Double
So
team?
You can do it against a double.
Okay.
But again, this is really good for the guys that play inside, the D tackles. So now we'll flip, burst, and come downhill at the quarterback. So on the last one, we'll set up a quarterback.
I see.
So if you want them to swat right now we're just working their hip flips, but you could have them swat with that outside hand, boom, boom, downhill. So now we'll reduce. Once I flip, bam, I'll reduce my hip and shoulder. Bam, and then we'll have a guy holding them back to make us what? Lean, lean, lean. So we'll just start tying all that in. Now we'll tie in quarterback leverage drills off of it. From a flip, throw a rip, lean, and now the quarterback bounce outside. So flip, go, boom. And now I have to lean and then get back out to the quarterback. Now we'll add the swats, so outside hand. And then we can start tying in the there's an Aztec one, or just a swat. Now we're causing separation, boom, so I can rip and lean. Okay, but that's all on here. We'll go ahead and stop it because we need to go next door.